Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Nova Scotia Provincial Championships here on Bell TV1. My name is Raisa Lalani, and I've got your call for the day. And starting us off here for this lovely 9 a.m. morning match is the DVC Rogers Hatfield team and the Tigers 16U team. This is the 16U Tier 2 boys category, and it looks like everyone's on the court. We're ready to go. I've got your action for you. Starting off for a serve with the Tigers, we've got Bauer. That one just landing out the sidelines. It is going to be a DVC point. Heading back to serve for DVC is Gallant. Spin serve. And it looks like he's going to be called for having a foot fault on that serve. 1 point apiece here. Rather, it is a rotation call on the Tigers. His foot was clean, so that is a point for DVC. And that ball's passed up, but there's no one there to get that second. Another service ace for DVC. Still serving the ball here. This is number 21, Gallant. Spin serve. First contact by pickup, set out to the left. A lefty left side in Adams, but that one just hitting the top of the tape, DVC point. Gallant with the spin serve. Passed up again by pickup, this time set behind. Free ball over. And a swing from the right side, and Donaldson. Free ball over from the Tigers. And that ball set out to the left. A roll shot from DVC. A nice job at the net there by Hollingsworth. Tigers with the free ball. And a good try there from Donaldson, but that ball just hitting the top of the tape. Point going to the Tigers. Heading back to serve here on the Tiger side now. This is number 1, Crawley. Jump float. That ball is saved. And a good try there. Swing from DVC's 16. A little bit of a missed contact there for Smith. That is going to be a Tigers point. Back to serve again is Crawley. Jump float. Bain with the hand pass. And it looks like this time there was a rotation call on the DVC side. Setter moving a little bit too quickly there. Out of rotation. 3 serving 4 for the Tigers here. Crawley with the serve. And another rotation call from the referee on the DVC side. Looks like Gallant moving too early. Crawley back to serve for the Tigers, all tied up at 4s. And that ball is passed up, set to the left. And there is a big swing there from Donaldson over top of the blockers. That's a DVC kill. Heading back to serve here now for DVC, number 16, Smith. Jump float. Pick up with the first contact. That ball set to the right side. An attempted free ball from the Tigers. Tough angle there as that ball is outside the antenna. Back to serve again here is Smith. Jump float. Pick up with the pass. And an over bump, and there's a party ball kill from a number 20, Hollingsworth. Back on the service line for DVC, this is Smith. Float serve, passed up by pickup. Free ball by Donaldson, and it is thrown over on the second. Tigers looking to get that ball a little bit too tight to the net. That is a DVC point. Serving the ball here is Smith, looking to pull DVC away 8-4, but we are going to see a timeout called by head coach Jake Hagan for the Tigers team. Both teams back on the court. Serving the ball is Smith. Tigers looking to recover it. Free ball put over. DVC setting it to the left, and there's a big tip down the line from Bain, but the Tigers defend it. And a swing from the left side in Swales. Free ball deep down the line. A nice pickup from Crawley. Right side set. And there's a big swing from the right side. Just not quite finishing on that one is number 10, Adams, and that's going to be a DVC point, which will put number 16, Smith, back on the line. That ball's passed up. Set to the right, and there's a big tug. That one's still just out of bounds there on Adams. DVC point. Serving the ball is Smith. And that is a big serve recovered by the Tigers. A swing in the middle, and that's a big swing there from Scott. That's going to score in the corner on the DVC defense. Serving the ball now here is Scott. Jump float. That ball is passed up and over, recovered by the setter from DVC. And a big carve down the line for the Tigers, number 10, Adams. Serving the ball again is Scott. Jump float. Passed up by Boyd. Set to the left and a roll shot from Bain. Tigers sending it out to the left, and it looks like we are going to see a carry call on that set. A little bit too much of a hold. DVC point. Serving the ball here is Hollingsworth. Float serve. First contact is up. Tigers keeping it up. Free ball over from Swales. And a 50 in the middle, and that is a nice run from DVC's Boyd and Gallant. Back on the service line is Hollingsworth. Jump float. And that one's going to sail long and out of bounds. Point Tigers. Back on the service line now is your lefties on the Tigers squad, Adams. Jump float. Passed up by Bain. Set out to Bain on the left, and he is going to go right off the blocker's hands and squeak that ball out of bounds. And it looks like we've got a substitution coming into the match here for DVC. Heading on in is number 17. This is Horn, and he's going to head right back to the service line. that ball is dumped over by Horn. 50 in the middle. This one just sailing along on Boyd. Swales back to serve. Jump float. Passed up by Bain. Set out to the left, and a big block there from the Tigers, but good recovery from DVC, and a quick 50 in the middle, and that is going to score on the attack line of the Dartmouth Volleyball Club's defense. Tigers point, serving the ball, Swales. Jump float, that one hitting the top of the tape. That's going to be a DVC point. Back to serve now is number 37, Bain. Short float, and that is a service ace, putting the passers in some trouble. Bain on the service line. A hand pass from Scott, set in the middle, free ball over. And there's a sweet run from Boyd, this time carving it the other way to 5, and that's going to score for DVC. Bain with the serve. Adams with the first contact, and a little bit of a miss set there on the Tigers' second contact, point DVC. Bain with the serve. And a short serve dropping over, picked up by Crawley. Back row swing from Scott. Free ball from DVC, picked up by Swales. Set to the middle, a tip over from pickup, and a dump from Gallant, and that dump is going to score for DVC. Bain with the serve. And there's a sweet serve, service ace, just cutting that one across his body into the deep corners of the court. Bain, float serve. Passed up by Adams. A swing down the line from the left side, and that is a point for Crawley. There was a touch on that ball on defense. Tigers. Serving the ball is pickup. Float serve, passed up by Bain. Set in the middle, this time a tip from Boyd, and we are going to see a net violation call from the down official. That is going to be a DVC point. Boyd with the serve. And we have a substitution in on the DVC side. Franzen coming into the match here for DVC. And a service ace for Dartmouth. 21 serving 10 here as Dartmouth looks to close out this set. But before that's going to happen, we are going to see a Tigers timeout. We're going to see another substitution coming to the match here is McKenna for DVC. And starting us off with the serve is Boyd. Swing from the right side, and that is a cross-court shot by Bauer. And after that kill, he's going to head back to serve. Jump float. DVC with the free ball. Swales with the first pass, a set in the middle, but there is a big block in Franzen, and he's going to get that point for his team. Serving your ball is the setter for DVC, Gallant. First, we're going to see a substitution. Coming back in here is Donaldson. That's a big lineup in the front row now for DVC. Service ace for Gallant. 24-11. Spin it to win it. Gallant back to serve. And that's a great hustle play by the Tigers, but too much heat to handle on that serve. DVC is going to take this first set 25-11. Folks, don't go anywhere. Both teams are going to switch sides, and we'll be back for the second set. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the first game of the Nova Scotia Volleyball Championships on day 3. DVC Rogers Hatfield taking on the Tigers 16U team. DVC claiming that first set with some impressive play, and we're going to see what happens here. Starting us off with a serve is the guy who ended the last set with a serve, Gallant, spin serve. And it's going to be a service ace for DVC. Gallant with a spin serve. That one just hitting the top of the tape. That point's going to go to the Tigers. Served by Gedalia. And he's going to pass that ball up. Set to the left side. There's a swing from Swales, and that is going to score. Point Tigers. Big serve there from Gedalia. Swing from the left is Donaldson. Free ball over from the Tigers, handling that swing. And this time just hitting the top of the tape. A DVC attempt at a swing there, but the Tigers blockers are there. That is going to be a Tigers point. And that ball set to the left, hitting over top of the blockers is Donaldson, but just a little bit too far. Tigers point. Gedalia back to serve. DVC with the chase down. Free ball over from Boyd. That ball set to the middle, picked up by the defense of DVC, and there's a big swing from the right side, and it is too much heat to handle. Donaldson with the kill. Back to serve here is Smith. Jump float. And that ball's passed up. Set to the right, and there is a tip over. Free ball in return from DVC. And finding a way to get that ball over is Swales. A right side set to Donaldson. Swales off of the block. Donaldson from the right, picked up by the hands of Scott. This time on the right side, a swing from Bauer, but that is going to get blocked by the Dartmouth Volleyball Club's front line. Point DVC. Serving the ball is Smith. Swales from the left with the tip. Donaldson with the set out to the left, a roll shot from Bain. And that roll shot is going to score. Point DVC. Smith back to serve. Jump float. Passed up by Scott. And a free ball attempted over there by Crawley. A little miscommunication of who's going to put that one over. And DVC takes the lead here now in the second set. 5 serving 4. Smith on the line. Jump float. That one's going to go into the center of the tape. Tigers point. Serving the ball here now is Chevalier. And that one's going to land just outside of the boundaries of the court. Point DVC. Hollingsworth back to serve. Float serve. And that serve sure did float, moving around on the passing line for the Tigers, making that one tough to pass. Service ace. Float serve. Swales with the chase down. Free ball over from the Tigers. And a 50 in the middle. There's a tip from Boyd. Tigers trying to play that one off the net, but that tip is going to score. DVC point. Float serve. That one hitting the top of the tape, point going to the Tigers. Back to serve now is Bauer. The ball is passed up, set to the left. Sneaking it through the block is Bain, but the Tigers defense getting a handle on it, just not able to put that third contact over. DVC point. And it looks like we are going to get a substitution here. Coming into the match for DVC is McKay. And he's going to take out Donaldson. And there is a service ace from McKay. A serving sub coming in and doing what he can do best, a service ace. McKay again. And this one just shy of the sideline. That ball out of bounds, point going to the Tigers. Back on the service line now, here's Swales. Float serve, just floating out of bounds. At that point, going to DVC. Or rather, that one inbounds. Service ace for the Tigers. And that one's going to land inside the court, and that is going to be another Tigers ace. Swales doing a great job there finding the back line on the DVC's passers. That ball's passed up. Set to the middle, a tip there from Boyd. Tigers getting it up and over, and that is some resilient defense there on the Tigers side as they tie it up at 10s. Swales on the serve. Set to the left. And it looks like a little bit of a touch there on Swales, though he knew it was out of bounds, trying to get out of way, but that is a DVC point. Back to serve here now is Bain. Float serve. Tigers with the save. Swales trying to put it over. A good attempt there, a nice hustle, but just not quite enough on that one. Bain with the serve, and it's a service ace, dropping that one short. DVC pulling away a little bit here now in the second set, 13-10. Float serve. Pass up by Chevalier. And a big swing from the left, but it is dug up by the DVC's left side, and trying to tug on that ball is Boyd. A nice attempt there, but that one hitting the top of the tape. Tigers point. Serving the ball is Scott. Trickling over the tape, and it is passed up, set out to the left. And swinging down the line is Smith, and that is going to score. Boyd back to serve. The ball's passed up and over. At the net is Hollingsworth. And a free ball try from the Tigers, but that one just shy of heading over. That is going to be a DVC point. Boyd with the serve. Hand pass by Bauer. Tigers setting the middle, and there's a little tip over by Chevalier, and that is going to score. Back on the line, here's Crawley. Jump float, passed up. Set to the left. A big block there from the Tigers. DVC keeping it alive, but it is not going to make it over, but a good attempt on the cover there. Tigers point as they climb back into this. 13 serving 15. And there's a big float serve. DVC getting a handle on it. Free ball over from Hollingsworth. Picked up by Bauer. Set out to the left. There's a big tug on it from Gedalia, but unfortunately that one's sailing along on him. Back to serves Gallant. And substitution back into the match is Donaldson. Spin serve. And that one is going to trickle over the tape. Not much the Tigers can do there. That is a service ace for DVC. Spin serve. And that ball's up and over into the broadcast booth. But it is back on the court now. DVC point. And back on the service line was Gallant. That one just sailing out of bounds. Point going to the Tigers. Serving the ball here for the Tigers now, Gedalia. And it is a service ace, a big float serve there. And Gedalia looking for another one. That one just coming off his fan a little bit funny. That is going to be a DVC point. Smith with the serve, passed up by Scott. Set to the right side, and a nice turn down the line from Bauer, the lefty, right side on the Tiger side, and he's getting fired up for his squad. Chevalier with the serve, passed up. DVC trying to save that ball, getting a second contact, but not enough to put it over. Tigers point. Chevalier back to serve. That ball is passed up. Set to the left. Touch off the blocker's hands. Tigers defense getting a touch on it. And a little bit too far there from the set, and that is going to be a DVC point. Back on the service line here is Hollingsworth as DVC is now in the 20 zone, 20 serving 17. And just a reminder for you folks watching, DVC did take the first set. That ball's passed up, set to the right, a little bit tight, and it did come off spinning. DVC point. Hollingsworth with the serve. Tigers keeping it alive, and a swing on it from Scott. Right side set. Big swing from Donaldson from the right. And a tip over from Bauer, but we are going to see a carry call on that one, just contacting that ball a little bit too low. And we are going to see a timeout called here from head coach Jake Hagan of the Tigers. Both teams back on the court here. DVC with the serve, Hollingsworth. That ball's passed up. Tigers trying to get it off the net. A good attempt there, but not quite enough on that one. That is going to be a point to DVC. 23-17 here. Hollingsworth with the serve. Float serve. And that one is going to land out of bounds. A good call from the Tigers passing line. And that is going to be a point for the Tigers. Back on the service line is Bauer. Float serve. And it is passed up, set to the right. And a big tug on it by Donaldson, but that one is going to go wide on him. Tigers point. Still serving the ball. Here's Bauer. Jump float. Passed up. Set to the left. Big swing cross court, and that is going to score for Horn. I'm looking to close it out here now is DVC. 24-19 in the second set. Back to serve to try and win this game for his team, Donaldson. And that serve is up and over. DVC getting a touch on it. Free ball over. Some big defense there from DVC, and that is going to earn it to win it. DVC 25-19 in the second set. There you have it, folks. The first game of day 3 here at the Nova Scotia Volleyball Championships is complete. DVC taking it over the Tigers in the 16U boys category. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the next game.